some fun colors, rugged capability, practical off-road features, and you can get behind the wheel for as low as $49,900. That's right. Put yourself in a brand new Jeep Gladiator Sport for less than $50,000. What more can you ask for? Time to head up the trail and see how easy it is to do business at St. Albert Dodge.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Tuning into Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky online. WilhaukBeefJerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, got Josh Fenwick, Country Mac with you here, running the board here. Now, I don't know who's going to turn the mic on for Duke or if Mackenzie's going to hop on here. Who's picking the music?
Mackenzie's on music detail for most of the show, with a few exceptions here for the past couple hours.
I like that pick. That was a good way to start the show. It is interesting. Like I feel like the diehard listeners could probably tell who's running the board just based off music and what songs are selected. That was a good start, though. I'm looking forward to see what Mackenzie has to offer here.
It's a good way for us to get a little more insight on our interns once they get that responsibility of picking some music. We get some insight on their tastes.
Yeah. I remember one time driving in, and I think it was Liam, and it was Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, which is a good song, but it was like, I think KK was like thrown off by it. Like, what was that? Like, it's a slow song.
Yeah.
Slow build. It ramps up. Good song. But yeah, that was a good one to start with, Mackenzie. Hopefully we'll keep it rolling here. The show is brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at WilhaukBeefJerky.com. Go pay him a visit. Only available in Leduc. And grab a bag or two. You'll probably want to grab a few other things, trust me. Once you get in there, you'll be going after it. Text lines 1-833-401-1440. You can also reach us via email, Connor at sports1440.ca and Brandon at sports1440.ca. Of course, the Edmonton Oilers in action tonight, taking on the New Jersey Devils. Brew the coffee, 8 o'clock start, which we know that's probably 8:08, 8:10. If we're being honest, the Devils, 25 wins on the season, the same as the Edmonton Oilers. But the Oilers, they got that extra point a few more times. The Devils had 22 losses in regulation. The Oilers at just 17. So it should be a fun one. Oilers coming into this one as favorites for the Devils. Nico Hischier, the guy to watch out for, some might say. 37 points on the season. For the flip side, Connor McDavid has 85 points on the season. He almost has as many goals as points. Interesting game. Well, pregame covers, of course, coming your way with Walker, Paulson, and Landon Ferraro. I'm assuming it's at 7 o'clock start, but there's always that off chance that they do a 2-hour pregame show. Probably should have checked in on that earlier, but we'll figure that out before, maybe before low tide, and make sure everybody knows. Low tide will be at noon to 2, then the Jason Greger show from 2 till 6. Some news and notes. Tonight's game for Curtis Lazar, Duke, 600. I remember him coming to the Edmonton Oil Kings as a young lad, and now he's playing game 600 for the Edmonton Oilers, obviously spread amongst a bunch of other teams. Connor Ingram will get the start between the pipes. Vasily Podkolzin, He'll get a look at the number one power play with Nuge, McDavid, Bouchard, and Hyman. Obviously, Leon Draisaitl still tending to the family matters. Lineups for tonight, 11 and 7 is going to be the plan here. So Podkolzin, McDavid, and Hyman, top line. Second line, Nuge with Rosovic and Trent Frederick. You got the third line with Lazar, Janmark, Mangiapane. Fourth line, Savoy, Howard, and a rotating cast. On the back end, Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Emberson, Ballman, Stastny, and then Regula. And the Oilers with 3 goalies. It's interesting. Duke, question for you.
Answer.
How you doing
Daily
today?
double. I'm doing well. Thank you.
A true daily
A little.
double?
Yeah, I'm going to make it a true daily double, Alex. I'm a little tired this morning. I was down in Delburn curling yesterday. Early draw, which was beneficial. I got the same one again tonight, 6:30. But that 2-hour trip, even if you're playing early, makes for a pretty late arrival back home. So still trying to catch up. Hopefully, a little nap once my day is concluded before heading right back southbound and down once more.
Is that why you didn't text Declan and I in the group chat?
Well, I wasn't watching the game, so I didn't feel privy to comment on the happenings of the national championship game when I had no clue what was going on, save checking the box score on my phone between ends.
You should have just given us some generic stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Both teams are really working out there.
Yeah, exactly.
They're-
Mendoza. Wow.
This game's going to be won or lost in the trenches.
Mendoza's going to be a Raider. He's locking it up.
Yeah,
tonight.
just any message you send, just copy and paste Mendoza equals Raider.
Yeah.
Just reply with that every time.
If you are a Raiders fan, I know Lance is one, and there's got to be others. I think a gamer. When the game was on the line, he needed plays. He found a way to get the job done. As last night, Indiana University, not the University of Indiana. Indiana University
IU
becomes the national championship, taking down the Miami Hurricanes. For a little bit, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to be great. Miami scored, kept it competitive. I had a chance at the end of the game, just obviously couldn't get the job done. Beck throws the interception, an untimely one for them, and they lose. Now the Hurricanes will be back. They got playmakers. I'm not exactly sure who QB1 will be next season as Carson Beck. They can't let him play longer.
Get him out of here.
He graduated.
Enough?
He graduated 2 years ago. But Mark Fletcher at the running back, you got a stud there. Malachi Toney, 18 years old, a true freshman, having success for a big program in a national championship. Encouraging, but Mendoza was the guy. Passing yards, like if you look at it, nothing's going to blow your mind. 16 to 27, 186 yards, but had a big run when needed. Still finished with 7 carries for -8 yards. Had a lot.
But that in college, the sacks count as negative rushing yards, which they don't in the NFL.
Which is crazy if you were, putting money down.
That's a tough line.
Had a long of 12 yards. Took a big hit. Had like his John Elway moment diving, scoring a touchdown. But Charlie Becker, a guy, he's a sophomore for Indiana. He had a few big catches on third down, and Hoosiers win. So they complete the perfect season, 16-0. Whole lot of fun there. And then, of course, he had a lot of hockey yesterday. It was a crazy day. Martin Luther King down south. But tonight, lots of games as well. Gets going at 5 with the Wild in Montreal. Got the Lightning and the Sharks. Sens traveled to Columbus. We'll see how their goaltending performs tonight. Stars and Bruins. Preds up against the Sabres. The Blues in Winnipeg. And the Kings taking on the Rangers on top of the Oilers and the Devils at 8 o'clock. As we mentioned, 1-833-401-1440. Toothless Dan, I saw your text about some tickets for tonight. If you want to, you could send them to Connor at sports1440.ca and we could find them a good home, hopefully. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you thinking of us. We know that Jay had texted in. If we know anything about Knob, he blends it up. That came in between shows. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he utilizes his lines tonight. Obviously, 11 and 7. We've heard it before. The back end doesn't typically love it. Kind of messes with their feng shui. Maybe not for the top pairings, but some of the other guys. Up front, though, I mean, Connor McDavid will be counted on heavily, which is great because nobody in the league playing better than him. Maybe some people might say Nathan McKinnon, who's also doing good things. Matt LeDuc says, I think Duke is saying his sleep is short and curly. What does that mean, Duke?
Is sleep punned in here for sheep?
I don't know.
Short and curlies. That's usually used to describe something else when you're talking about a person's short and curlies. But this Matt LeDuc is our resident pun master. Gene Principe is his idol. This one missed on me. I'm not picking it up. Maybe I'm an idiot. Well, sorry, I am an idiot. Yeah.
Follow up for sure. Duke, the game tonight, 8:00 start.
It's late.
Bravo. Well, those East Coasters, you want to watch the guys playing the best hockey in the league right now. Set your alarm, have a nap, and wake up at 10:00. But for Edmonton Oilers, 11-7, we've talked about it before, and not the most ideal circumstances, but for a game or two, shouldn't be a big deal, in my humble opinion.
Well, yeah, and missing Leon Draisaitl in a game like this, I think, is maybe where it is more. The Oilers are more likely to feel it, because in other times where we've seen the team deploy this lineup, it's like it is every second shift. Essentially, one of Connor or Leon is out there, take either with their own line or taking a spin with the fourth line, however they decide to execute the center of the ice. But the forward group has been rolling well. They got some new combinations that they've been working with, but obviously the injury to Kapanen is going to hold him out a little short term here is not ideal. Gives Alec Regula a chance to get back in. He'd been fighting it quite a bit before Jake Wallman's return to the back end, which gave him a chance to sit a few out and reassess. I know originally the reports were that Connor Ingram was going to start, but both Jason Gregor and others from Morning Skate now saying it actually is going to be Tristan Jarry.
Oh, okay.
Tonight. It looks like Ingram was in what they call a starter's net, but he is still out there taking shots well after the skate is over. And apparently Jarry likes to go in the opposite end on his starting days. So take that for what it's worth. But yeah, original indications had Ingram starting, and is going to be Tristan Jarry. Just wanted to squeeze that in. But the 7D, I think, is the bigger qualm with most players as opposed to playing a guy short. If you're a guy short up front, like there's still 11 other forwards. It's the NHL. It's hard. But a lot of these guys, they'd be out there every second shift if they could, right?
Yeah.
And it's your top players, as I said, McDavid, normally Draisaitl, they relish that opportunity. Now, having an extra body, trying to get in the mix, and you're playing with a different partner every second or third time out, that is maybe where things get a little bit more squirrely at times.
Yeah, changes in tendencies, of course.
Yeah.
Little things like that can become an issue. Interesting, just what you said there. Gregor did put it out there. We reposted it on Twitter. Ingram was in the starters net, but he's still on the ice. Jarry came off first. Jarry is starting as Ingram keeps taking shots. Turns out Jarry likes to be on the opposite end. Kind of made sense the other way, though, where you might give Ingram the start tonight and Jarry against his former team on Thursday, but maybe not. Do you have a, it's pretty close, maybe 1A, 1B. Do you have a preferred starter for the Oilers?
Right now, no. I know Jarry's only, just back from injury, so they're not going to, I think, throw the whole load on him, and they have no need to because of the way Connor Ingram has been playing in his stead since his recall from Bakersfield the first few times out. I thought he played fine, maybe with the exception of that New Year's Eve game against Boston, but the numbers still weren't particularly sparkling, right? Still sub 900 save percentage, a GAA that's a little bit ballooned. The last few times out, that's really flip-flopped. The numbers match what our eye test tells us about how he's played, and made big stops when necessary. There was those couple games where the Oilers were playing solid, but their turnovers and chances against were mostly of the higher end variety. Both him and Cal Pickard and Tristan Jarry even bailing them out at times during that little spell. So I think the tandem approach here in what is a very condensed schedule heading into the Olympic break is pretty obviously the way to go for the team, right? And I don't think we'll see the third goalie get in the mix here, barring an injury or a setback of some variety. Just rotate them one game to the next. I know people like to ride the hot hand, but at this point, I just think basically back and forth might be the way to go.
Yeah, I think Kevin Whitley kind of had a similar thought process there. Less on the psyche. Like if I play bad, maybe I won't play or whatever. It's like, no, we're just going to go back and forth each game here. You mentioned it running up to the Olympic break here. So they got the Devils tonight, Penguins on Thursday, Saturday against the Washington Capitals. Nice little homestand for them. And then it's the Ducks at home, Sharks at home, Minnesota, Toronto, and then you go to Calgary and Anaheim. Oh, sorry, just Calgary. And then it's Olympic break. So not a bad little run, not much travel. And yeah, you can go back and forth here. Levi says, I don't like the 1A, 1B. Jarry needs to be the starter. The 1A, 1B's never worked before. And I don't mind having that in principle. Just saying that's their name, like 1A, 1B. To me, that means you've got two competent goalies. But
And
someone needs to separate themselves when you get to the big game.
yeah, exactly. It's nice to know you have a reliable option behind your starter. Now, the Oilers haven't committed a ton financially to their goaltending position, which gives them that flexibility. Like, look at other teams, right? Like Tampa Bay. Can you tell me who Tampa Bay's backup goalie is, Connor, off the top of your head?
No.
Most people could not. It's Andre Vasilevsky. I know it was Johansson, but I don't know if he's still the guy behind him. I know he was, but anyway, like Vasilevsky is the guy. But if he goes down, all of a sudden things get pretty dire for Tampa Bay, right? He's a big backbone of that team. It creates issues come, say, playoff time when if your starter has a so-so type game, everybody's clamoring to get the other guy in there, whereas in a de facto number one system, if Andre Vasilevsky has a bad night out, nobody's jumping at the bit to say, get Johansson in there, right? That's just not the case. But the second or more than second half, but post-Olympic stretch of schedule, which is still pretty condensed for everyone across the league. Just that's what happens when you take 3 weeks off in February. I would definitely like to see one of these guys take the lead and, seize the opportunity of being the number one guy with a very good backup behind him.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with you. Matt Leduc says, didn't Stastny used to play wing in junior? Would they consider moving him up instead of calling it 11-7? I don't know. I hadn't read that. I would rather go 11-7 with him on defense, though, personally.
I'll say the Ducks, Anaheim. I can't remember if it was the Friday or Saturday game against the Kings. They played a defenseman on forward on the fourth line. Ian Moore, Harvard graduate, I think. Defenseman, has played a lot on defense for the Ducks this year. It wasn't like a situation like the Oilers were in where because of the three goalies and et cetera, they can't make a recall in the short term. They had a body available and they elected to choose to play a defenseman at forward over another available option. That might be a little bit just because of who is available to them, how much they trust them, whatever. But it's not something we see as often anymore. I think it used to be more popular. I know Struddy did it more than a few times in his NHL career. I think just the actual 11-7 deployment is much more common these days. Much more.
Can you keep players? And you know what? Hey, I think you could probably look at a lot of NHL defensemen, and you're not going to take the elite ones, but could have a seventh guy play wing for a game? I mean, we've seen players play like 5 minutes, so you could do it, but no, I think keeping everybody in their natural position, and the Oilers have the dogs to let a few guys play a few more minutes in this game. I think that's the route I would go personally. We'll see how it works out for them, though. I mean, they're playing good. They're a confident group right now. They won their last 2 games by a combined 11-0. Is Stastny a Stastny from Kenneth?
He's not one of those Stastnys. The 3 brothers that defected from Czechoslovakia. Paul Stastny, most recently, he was one of their sons, played in the NHL a long time. Under the American banner, though, not even Canadian or Europe or Czech. No relation, spelt differently.
Yeah, extra E. The 11-7 is because of the 3 goalies from Free Agent Radio listener.
And Kapanen's injury.
Of course, yeah. That's too bad. Man, he's had some a tough go of it. But Chris Knobloch said a couple nights ago, it's not expecting it to be a long-term thing. Stulo says, move Nurse to left wing. Maybe that's the solution.
What year is it?
We cannot do this.
Is it 2018?
We will not do this. Stulo. Not today. Doesn't Burns do it? Also, Big Buff was on the wing when he got the cups. Yeah. I mean, guys have done it. Absolutely.
Yeah. There are players that play both ways, but that's different than a guy who's been playing in the NHL for the past couple seasons as a defenseman to just straight up be like, hey, we need you to play left wing tonight. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it doesn't happen because I just gave you an example of where it does with Ian Moore on the Ducks, but it's a tougher ask than these rover type players. Brent Burns has been essentially a full-time defenseman since he left Minnesota. I know he played a little bit of forward at times in San Jose, but I think that was pretty fleeting. And then in the case of Bufflin, I don't think he ever played forward again after he left Chicago. He was a defenseman. So
Stulo just also sent in a sarcasm detector. blowing up. So yes, that was not serious, and I kind of thought
Good.
that. I had to give the camera like the Jim Halpert stare. No. You know what, Duke? I used to play NHL. I want to say it was 03 or 04, and
Sweetness.
Steve Stais was a forward for the Atlanta Thrashers. So
Nice.
anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Matt Leduc says 11-7 works better when they can run dry and McDavid so much. When one of those out might be a better move. I just think it's one game. I think, honestly, like I kind of feel like it's a one game thing. They're just going to do it this way. Who knows? That's not to say something could change in the game, but I think for one game here, assuming that's all it is, not a big deal. And yeah, you'll roll McDavid and I guess Nuge a little bit more. That's not a bad thing. Let's take a break. When we come back, more text 1-833-401-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy. You're on Sports 1440, also streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Cantork has turned 25. That's right, 25 years of building tools so good, they practically torque themselves. Hard work and innovation equals problem solved. See our latest designs at cantork.com.
Excavators, loaders, lifts, compaction equipment, and more. Find the XCMG construction equipment you need. Available for rental or sale at Japa Machinery Group. Japa, helping build Alberta from the ground up for 50 years. Visit japamachinery.com.
A pizza from Papa John's is already pretty great. But you know what's even better? 2 pizzas from Papa John's. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping pizza for only $6 when you order any large specialty pizza at regular menu price. Whether you're feeding your family, your team, or yourself, get your next meal from your locally owned and operated Papa John's with a $6 one-top medium when you order any large specialty at regular menu price. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
And now Action Electrical's testing team is on defense duty. They're the guardians of safety and compliance, a critical part of any lineup.
Precisely. They perform rigorous safety and code compliance testing for commercial operations. Think of them as the referees, ensuring everything is up to standard before disaster strikes.
Their preventative plays are legendary, spotting faults early. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Hey, Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $500,000 on Mega Jackpot's Ocean Bells? Think about the season tickets you could lock down with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control, like bringing home some Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Will Hawk Beef Jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win cups with salad.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
This is Andrew Walker, host of the postgame show on Sports 1440. After every hockey game this season, tune in and chime in as we talk about the game. It's all sponsored by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Don't get left in the cold. Visit legacyheating.ca.
Your fantasy football league sucks. Why? Oh, we've got 7 painfully accurate reasons. And don't worry, we've got fixes too. Visit fantasytoilet.com for all the tools and hilarious awards to make your fantasy league suck less.
Succession is one of the most important transitions for any family farm. The Bridging the Gap Farm Transition Workshop, hosted by Farm Management Canada and partners, helps families plan together, from communication and timing to financing and building a strong transition team. Agriculture Financial Services proudly sponsors this one-day event in Edmonton, January 29th. Reserve your spot today at afsc.ca. Bridging the Gap. We'll build the next generation together.
You know, this year I can't decide what to work on for my New Year's resolution. See, my confidence, my appearance, or my general happiness.
Why not improve all three by finally addressing your hair loss? Hi, I'm Dr. Vancelia. Receding hairlines and bald spots can chip away at your self-image, make you look older, and feel unattractive? Let's discuss your options for regaining a full natural head of hair and make this the year you get your mojo back. Book a free first consultation today at drvancelliot.com.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
25. Welcome back. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky. Connor Halley, Brendan Douglas, Country Mac, Josh Fenwick with you here. Was that Evanescence? That was Evanescence. She's got a pretty solid voice, distinct. I don't know the song, but I could tell it was Amy Lee. Is that her name? You think so?
She thinks so.
Pretty sure.
Connor, huge Evanescence guy.
Well, that one song was absolutely massive.
Wake Me Up.
You guys all probably missed like the music video.
I still
era.
hear people's. I think I've never been to a night of karaoke where I haven't heard someone sing that song.
Wake me up.
Yeah,
that's like your part, and then
no, I don't do
sister
that.
does
I'm
the
just
other part.
watching. I wait until Wagon Wheel comes around on the docket, then I get up there and sing my little Boondocks heart out.
Yeah, that's it. Man, I'm telling you, that song. I don't even know what it's called. Call me? No.
The one we just no.
No,
Isn't
the
that-
hit.
Isn't
The
that
hit.
just called Wake Me Up? Or no, wait, no, that's not it. It has a trick title. I can't remember.
Bring Me to Life?
That sounds like it could be right.
It was like top on the Much Music charts. That one, and then like Eminem's 8 Mile song. I feel like those
or Lose Yourself.
Lose Yourself, like number one. Friday night, you watch that before switching over to what was the one where it had like the monster trucks, and then it would have the roller derby show, and then maybe you'd get some MXC. I don't know if you guys watched that, but I know I am connecting to some people listening right now. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky. Creator Man J, hey, is that Country Mac a reference to Sunny? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Yes, it is. That's 100% it. Country Mac is awesome. R.I.P. Spike TV. Yeah, that's what it was. Spike TV had a good run. Like 1,000 Ways to Die was something.
Is that what Fear Factor was on? Like with Joe Rogan?
Fear Factor was like NBC.
What?
Yeah, it was a major network show.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's too hardcore for network TV.
Sometimes. Fear Factor, I'm pretty sure.
You're probably right.
I guess it was on MTV.
What about reruns of it?
It was on Fox too. Fox, NBC, and then MTV did a year, looks like, as well.
Mansers.
Is
that on Spike?
Evidently, fear is not a factor for you. Yes, it was. Yeah, Mansers was an interesting one. They had a good Friday night lineup. It's pretty good. Yeah. Sasha says, right you are, Con. Spike had Mansers too from Levi. MTR just said, Big Mike. Well, she's got a lot of nicknames going on right now. We'll whittle it down and see what sticks. Throw a bunch against the wall and see what happens. Do you guys remember Junkyard Wars on Spike TV? No, Brent, I don't remember that one. Sasha also loved MXC. Duke, you know what MXC is, right?
Yeah, like the show where they're doing crazy stunts and getting whapped by the spinning paddles and trying to climb the steep wall and fall into the mud.
Yeah.
It was almost like the original version of Wipeout.
Totally.
But just dubbed.
Wipeout had to be stolen from that one.
It was its inspiration, for sure.
I think I once watched it at work in a previous regime, and Low Tide like still brings it up. Like, oh, you love that show. I'm like, I don't know. Like,
I don't know if I love that show.
I don't know when I would have watched it at work, but maybe. But he brings it up quite a bit. That I kind of think I must have been watching it. Coach Al says I vote Big Mike too. Well, I mean, that's a really good one. And if like 5 years down the road, Mackenzie's crushing it on TV and someone calls her Big Mike, it's a good story. How did that name come up? There's a good story behind it. MTR's 1,000 Ways to Die. You remember that show? I do. It was all based off like real stories, right? And then they used to do another one where they would take like two historical warriors and pit them against each other and say who would win. It'd be like a samurai versus a ninja. Wait, samurai versus a pirate, maybe. And they would do like the battle and they'd have like experts and they'd bring out the guns and shoot them into these things. It was great. Matt Leduc says they had pros versus Joes as well. That is a great show that they should bring back. Duke, did you ever watch that one?
Oh, yeah.
I thought like, was it Bill Romanowski was on it? And the Joes were always so cocky too. I'm sure there was a screening process that, you found a guy who was pretty confident. But that was a good one. Tequila, thank you. Their show was called Greatest Warrior. I enjoyed that one as well. I thought Greatest Warrior was a good show. And then like Bar Rescue would come on.
That's still on.
And they
I
do,
love
like,
it. I love Taffer. Shut it down. Screaming it. Oh yeah, that's when the whole place is in disarray. He just like come bursting in from he's watching the back room and just yells at all the servers and the cooks and everyone. Shut it down.
But then they'd always make it so nice. Like I would always want to skip to the good part, Same as when I watch 600 Pound Life. I just want to skip to the good part, see if they did it. Oh, Deadliest Warrior. You guys remember the Man Show? Yeah. Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carell. They drank beer. Scantily clad ladies dancing around. Do you know how the show would end?
Wow, what a program.
Did you watch the show? Have you heard of it?
I've never even heard of this show.
So they would end it and they would say, now girls jumping on trampolines. And that's how they would roll their credits. You couldn't do that show anymore.
Well, you could.
You could.
There'd be backlash.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know if it was a good show. Like, I was young and my friends would put it on. And like, I don't think we'd ever watch a full episode. They just sit there and talk. Maybe it just wasn't for us.
What were they talking about? Politics? The economy?
No, it was like comedy skits and stuff.
Oh.
Actually, if you want, there is a Jimmy Kimmel image that could have got him canceled, but didn't. He's dressed as Karl Malone.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. It's out there. You can find it. Patty and Spruce said, I went to Rogers last year and saw Evanescence. Loudest concerts I've been to. They blew the roof off the building. Oh, really? I mean, from what I know, yeah, they're loud. Thrills in the Truck says, I would have won on pros versus Joes for sure. I wouldn't.
I would have if the pro was Alejandro Kirk and the contest was a run to first base.
Yeah, would you? I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe. Could you, like, I always think this is intriguing, like how confident people are about their abilities. Like, if you had to go and return a serve from insert tennis player, could you do it?
No.
Okay. Now, how you've told me before, you think you could probably hit a dinger off.
Dinger? No.
The best pitcher in baseball.
That's not true.
You think you could hit a couple, though? You could get
I
on
believe
base?
the original argument was proposed to me by Donovan that in 100 at-bats, could I get a base hit? Not 100 pitches, 100 at-bats on an MLB pitcher. The same one has to throw all 100 at-bats. I could get a base hit. I believe that to be true. Do you know how many pitches that is? The guy would be burnt out.
I think you'd be burnt out.
I wouldn't. I would just watch the first 50 Ks go by me in 150. He's already at 150 pitches to strike me out 50 times minimum. I don't have to take the bat off my shoulder.
What if he's not even bringing the good stuff?
I don't care. I'm still tired.
MTR says you aren't getting a hit. I promise you.
You guys don't know me.
Okay, now you're in net. How many times do you stop Connor McDavid on a breakaway?
Probably 0. Actually, how many tries?
10.
Does he miss the net on any?
Nope. He's not missing the net.
Then probably 0.
Okay, you have to tackle Austin Eckler. 10 tries.
Do I get a penalty for a dirty play?
Well, what are you going to do that's dirty?
Low bridge shit.
He'll hurdle you.
Then I'll stand up and right as he's over me. I think on 10 tries, like, can I one time out of 10 get on his hip and drag him down? Maybe.
I think he drags you.
I think there's a good chance he does. Like, but we're talking like Austin Eckler he's not the biggest guy, but I mean, he's still an NFL running back. He's incredibly strong.
Coming off his Achilles, I still think he drags you.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're like I'll defer that.
Listen,
you're talking about 10 tries. If it was 100 tries, once again, I just let him run past me the first 50, tire himself out.
His 10-yard dashes might tire him out.
Exactly, and then I'm fresh, and on the next 50, I will wear him down.
Hot also says, I am confident and very confident that I could put a baseball in play in the first 100 pitches as long as they're the exact same pitch every time within 1 or 2 miles per hour.
Oh, okay, so you're just taking BP.
Yeah, you might as well just go to a machine and do it then. If you just want the exact same. MTR says, I bet you wouldn't get a hit off our Riverhawk. We might have a connection to the Riverhawks now, Duke. Would you go and take like a... I don't want to say BP because I want them to bring it.
I would need the security that other people would have to do it too, so that more likely when I fail, I'm not alone in that failure.
Yeah,
like I want you and Declan and Josh to all be down there as well. Maybe even like Gregor and Carius too.
I mean, I will just say this: like, I have no disillusions. I wouldn't. Like, they're just that much better than me.
But like, did you play baseball?
I mean, like on a team, no.
So are we talking about doing a sports 1440 like your Remchuk just did the ace race this summer? It's who can get a home run first in the 1440 crew off a Riverhawk.
A home run?
How about a double?
They can't even hit home runs.
How about a double? How about a double?
Like if I could hit a little bloop double out to the gap, I would be absolutely pumped.
You know what I would say if we could get 5 Riverhawks, one pitcher. Well, let's make it 6. 1 pitcher, 1 catcher, and an infield, and you have to get it past them. I don't think any of us could.
In 100 pitches. But they'll be tired.
Well,
they won't. That's what I mean. They won't let that happen.
We can't wear down a pitcher.
I don't. So
25.
my actual claim can't be tested because I was proposed 100 at bats, and I remain confident I could do that. Now, if you just give me like 3 outs, so three at bats against this Riverhawks team, I'd be shocked if I could get a hit. I don't know these pitchers. Give me time to hit the film room and study.
We'll find them.
Also, do I get to take BP beforehand in the cage?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Tire yourself out there.
No, I just want to see the pitches at that speed.
Okay.
It's been quite a while since I played any meaningful baseball. And the most recent meaningful baseball I've played was fastball, not hardball. So the pitches are coming in very differently and from a lot closer, but besides the point.
It also says, I would. MTR challenge, $1,000.
Oh my God.
Give it to Gregor's grad. Get 3 listeners, you guys, $1,000. So, I mean, what's the payout? You give us $1,000 to give to Gregor's grads?
Like you pay $1,000 to enter this contest?
And what happens if you win?
You get our respect.
You get my job.
Done.
That's it.
We just switched jobs, and these people that have real jobs, I have to go try and do for a day. I'm just like standing there out on the work site with a hammer in my hand, like, okay.
I lost a bet. Lost a contest. Matt Leduc says they got pitching machines that can simulate pitchers, deliveries, pitch type. You could easily have 100 at bats versus 1 pitcher.
Yeah, but are those just like around? I think those are tools that MLB teams have. I think teams like the Riverhawks would have a regular pitching machine, probably not one that can change arm angle and throw 10 different styles of pitches. Now, I could totally be out to lunch. Maybe they do. But that seems pretty sophisticated for a college summer league team.
Last one. 10 reps against Derek Stingley. You choose the route. Are you catching any?
Oh.
No?
You have me blanket up so bad. You kidding me?
I thought you might get him with a double move or something.
No.
Yeah.
I'd have no sniff of getting loose at all. And especially if CJ Stroud's the quarterback and he's playing like he was on Sunday, there'd be 10 picks going the other way.
Mark the Keeper says, watch the Celebrini video versus 5 beer leaguers. Average Joes have no chance.
Very funny.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard the stories of like friends who played the dub and when played beer league with my other buddies. And it's just like, it's unbelievable the difference. So yeah, I love the confidence though from some of our listeners. We'll have to see if we can do something like that, like a fantasy frenzy
Combine almost.
Stay
type
at the
thing.
ballpark and just see if you can hit a ball off the Riverhawks. We'll see if we can make that happen.
What I think we'd have to start to prove we're even worthy. Like, can you get a hit off the pitching machine? How's that to start?
Can you
and
get
then
a
if
hit?
you do that, then you get upgraded to an actual pitcher.
Can you get a hit off the Duke?
Yeah, I was never a pitcher. Not my game.
The bar is low.
I was behind the plate. I was calling the game. That's why my knees are so bad.
That's fair. You need those knee savers. Let's take a break here. When we come back, we'll talk some sports. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
They're not just a grocery store. They're a butcher, a baker, a cafe, deli, rotisserie pizza, and restaurant, all under one roof. Loca Quality Market does food differently with 2 locations to serve you, Edmonton and Sherwood Park. Visit loca.ca.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Happy New Year. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for everything in 2025. With your help and your support, we fed almost 500 families. We donated to various charities in the Edmonton area, and we're going to do it again in 2026. Please stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
A huge thank you for making Sports 1440 the most listened to sports radio station in Edmonton. From Gregor to Carius to Low Tide, we've got in-depth analysis on all your favorite sports. We are Sports 1440.
He's heading into the driveway. Temperature's dropping fast, folks. He opens the hood and, oh no, the battery's on thin ice.
Yeah, that's a tough break, Tim. I mean, you can't expect to compete and win with weak parts in your game like that.
But wait, he's made a clutch move. He's gone to Napa Auto Parts for the win. They've got batteries, winter-grade oils, antifreeze, and wiper blades built for cold Alberta conditions.
That's a championship play, Tim.
With over 85 Alberta locations, visit your local Napa store today or shop online at napacanada.com. That's Napa know-how.
Winter in Alberta doesn't mess around.
And neither does Titan Supply.
For over 50 years, we've earned the trust of our customers across a variety of industries.
Because we lead with integrity,
honesty,
and respect.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Brent from Titan Supply. When the weather hits hard,
we're fully stocked with rigging, lifting, and hauling gear that works as hard as you do.
Titan Supply.
Built on trust, driven by safety.
Serving Edmonton, Grand Prairie, Red Deer, and Calgary.
Let us help you face the weather the Titan way.
Visit titansupply.ca.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas. We've got Country Mac, Josh Fenwick with you here. Text lines 1-833-401-1440. And the show's brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, the home of Alberta's best beef jerky. We got Cam Tate in the studio right now. He just wanted me to pump up the question today for the 2-minute warning on the Jason Gregor show. The question today, and you can go respond to the poll at Cam Tate on X or Twitter. Would you like to see the Edmonton Oilers run with 3 goalies for an extended period of time? I'm going to vote no. Right now, that is leading the way. But go to at Cam Tate on X. We just reposted it as well on the Sports 1440 account. Coming up next is the Lowdown with Low Tide. Today on the show, it's Tuesday, right, Duke? That means, I don't know, but I do believe they have James Nichols, who covers the New Jersey Devils, and a whole lot more. I just want to make sure I get everything right here. And my media guide always collapses. And when I close the tab for a little bit, it doesn't remember where it was. So yes, they'll have James Nichols covers the team for the New Jersey Hockey Now. And then also a lot more talk. I mean, Declan's in a state of mourning, isn't he, Duke?
Yeah, I have to think so. Tough couple days. First, his Bills lose in perfectly legal and correctly officiated fashion. And then his favorite player going up against his favorite team, his favorite player's old team, tears their ACL, that being Jimmy Butler, out for the season. Golden State's hopes this year looking pretty bleak all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So we'll talk about that. Then on the Jason Gregor Show from 2 till 6, we've got Chico Resch going to join us, former NHLer, color analyst with the Devils Hockey Network. What a great nickname. Also on the show today, Josh Szymanski, Oilers prospect, playing with the Condors right now, and he'll be representing Team Germany at the Olympic Games. 3 o'clock, TR joins us. We got Dave McCarthy, 5 questions, Cam Tate's 2-minute warning, Strutty, Spec, DVD, and of course post-game or pre- and post-game coverage tonight with Andrew Walker as well. So lots going on, Duke. What a great day. And it's still warm out. The text line's 1-833-401-1440 if you'd like to get in here. A lot of people texting in. Aaron says the average fastball speed in the minors is 85 to 91 miles per hour. I don't think any of you could get on base with a pitching machine with that same pitch 100 times. Aaron, I'll agree with you because I don't think I could do it. But other people are more confident.
Do you think I've never played baseball before? I get it's different, that the pitches are faster. They have movement on them. 100 at-bats is a lot of at-bats. And when they're coming in that hard, the physics, the science tells us they go out hard. Like the hardest hit pitches you see in the major, like the hardest hit balls, like the StatCast, are off of hard pitches. It's how it works. Energy transfer, science. I could not go out there and play in a game in the West Coast League. I couldn't. Well, I would get embarrassed. But in 100 at-bats to get a hit, I think I could. That's my claim. That is the claim I have. Also, this text from Corey, forget the pitching machine. You should start with home run Spec on the mound to build confidence and then move to Riverhawks pitchers, which is probably the best text in all of this.
Home run Spec?
Even with all these people telling me how incapable I would be.
Hey, there's only one way to find out.
It's true. It's true. I'm willing to try and put this to the test as best we can, even if it results in my own embarrassment. So be it.
Wouldn't it
Whatever.
be so awesome if we got Alejandro Kirk to come and race you as well?
I'd love to meet Alejandro Kirk.
Captain.
Great player. One of my favorites.
Now, are you too old to play in the West Coast League anyways?
Is there an age limit, or do I just have to be college somewhere?
I think you're out of eligibility.
Darn.
We'll never know.
Well, better luck next time. And hey, maybe when I was young enough to play, I still had an ACL, an original one. I was in better shape. I played actually like hardball more recently. Dream that never transpired. Oh well.
Marty texted in. Guarantee I'm hitting a few balls out of 100.
Yeah, but so we're this is another caveat in this. To just hit it is one thing, but to get a base hit is another. Like if you hit this guy's railing him in at you at 85 miles per hour and you hit a little dribbler up to shortstop, that's not a base hit.
It's not a hit. That's contact.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like for this, we need a couple infielders.
For sure.
And maybe the infielders
actually the infielders should be you guys.
Yeah.
The rest of the our team. But you put your fielding skills to the test. That's where I would really shine.
I'll hang out
at
second.
Shagging fly balls like kids during the home run derby. I'll be laying out for all those. Then take the occasional one right off the dome.
Canseco did it, right? Put yourself in that same category.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Will said, I thought Chico was his real name. Per the media guide, his real name is Glenn, but
Glenn Chico Resch.
Heck of a nickname. Chico. Ken says, I'm thinking you'd sell your trousers as soon as the first MLB fastball zipped by your head. It would be 2 feet away from my head. It would be right down the strike zone, and I think I would fall backwards. Like, too close. Don't like it. Snarly says, about 12 years ago, I went to the batting cage unsupervised, cranked it up to 100 miles per hour, and it took about 30 minutes to get a single hit. I was bleeding from blisters. It's hard. That's like another thing, right? That's what I'm saying.
Your hands are just getting worn out.
If I connected just that, was it reverb? My hands would just be shaking after that. Jay's from Victoria says, if there's a team playing defense, it's not easy. No, I exactly. MTR says, if I'm a Riverhawks pitcher, I'm giving Duke some sweet chin music for his pitch.
And guess what? I wear one. That's not a hit, but I'm on base.
You take it and you don't even flinch. You just
then I just stare him down as I take my bag. That'd be a great move until I have to turn around and go do it again because that's not a base hit.
Yeah.
And then he's extra mad and he drills me again even harder.
You turn your
then
head.
Then I'm just too hurt to
one
continue.
single tear comes out and you just walk away.
Yeah.
Just a note for the Edmonton Oilers down at practice. Gregor putting out there. It looks like it's going to be about a week for Kapanen. That comes from head coach Chris Knobloch. So that's not necessarily ideal. In case you missed it, there was some thoughts that Connor Ingram would get this start tonight as he was in the starters and that. But as practice progressed, we find out it's going to be Tristan Jarry. Jarry, per Gregor, likes to be on the opposite end. So throwing the guys off just a little bit in media circles. But looks like Tristan Jarry is going to start tonight. The Oilers are going to go 11-7. So you've got Podkolzin, McDavid, Hyman, Frederick, Nuge, Rosovic, Howard, and Savoy. Could potentially being having McDavid and Nuge jump in there. And then Mark Lazar, Mangiapane. As we mentioned earlier, Podkolzin getting some reps on the first power play unit, taking the spot of Wallman. Obviously, who got in there because Leon Draisaitl away from the team for a few days. Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Emberson, Wallman, Stastny, and Regula. So we'll see how it works out tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. 11-7 in this one. More text coming 1-833-401-1440. Triple Cena Truck says most pitchers don't even pitch 100, just looking to hit something around the 90s. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I'm not 90 is going to feel like 100. Wait, those are coming in here. Levi says Kenny versus Spenny and Blue Mountain State were also on Spike, I believe. Yeah, we were talking Spike TV earlier on in the show. Kenny versus Spenny was a very funny show. Blue Mountain State, I heard, was really good. I never really got into that one. But yeah, I had a good run there. Kenneth asks, are you guys going to do Super Bowl squares? I don't know. I mean, I've never done one before. I've never set it up, but if Duke knows how, I've got no issue with that. Duke, do you have any idea on how to do Super Bowl squares?
Well, I think it's just like you put the numbers out across the top and the side, right? And like for home and away.
Yeah.
And then the people buying the squares, like, I don't know if I've never actually done it either, but it's random where your name gets put on the board, or it's random where the numbers get put. Like you pick your square, and then the numbers, like the scores for each team, are randomized on each axis. And so then whoever ends up on the correct final score wins.
If somebody made us a board, I would give them a free. Oh,
Big Mac's got her hand up.
Big Mac.
She, I think they might do one at the first round Super Bowl party that we're giving away tickets to. Don't quote me on that. I know they got lots of giveaways and stuff. I thought last year they said they were doing a squares board at it. Well, like I said, I've never done it. My Super Bowl parties usually consist of food, gambling, like just on our own bets, whoever I'm watching it with, and the game, and sometimes the halftime show when it's Shakira and J-Lo.
Well, yeah, that was a great show. I was gonna say that we would just give a free spot to whoever wanted to make one, but you called her Big Mac.
The Big Mac.
Some say Big Mike. Some say Country.
Oh yeah,
Mac.
right.
Some say
I'm still working on it.
Mac.
See, the Country Mac and Big Mike, I just combined those into Big Mac.
Country, Big Country. That's another good one. Anyways, yeah, you know what? We could probably do that. I don't know. We'll try to figure that out. That's a good idea, Kenneth. Thank you for that idea. J-Dog says, I went to Denver in the 80s to watch the Oilers play the Rockies. Chico was in net that night. Highlight of my night, my buddy caught a game puck. I like the old Rockies sweaters. It'd be cool if the Avalanche brought those back for a night.
It's not them.
Well, still.
But the Avalanche have, like, wasn't there a Winter Classic or a Stadium Series jersey Rockies-esque?
I think you're right.
And they kind of still have that as one of their shoulder patches, I think, right?
They kind of used the color scheme, didn't they? Or
yeah, because it's more of a royal blue than the different color blue that they use in their current.
And I think their AHL team kind of has that vibe as well, right?
Maybe.
I forget what they're called.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
Because, like, the Rockies jerseys were essentially just the Colorado State flag in a jersey.
Yeah.
Right? Am I wrong?
Well, I don't
It's the
think
C
so.
on the mountain with that blue?
I think you're right.
I think that's just the Colorado State flag.
And the Eagles have that color scheme as well. So that's cool. Great look. But yeah, Chico's going to join us today on the Jason Gregor Show at 2:20. We've had him on once. I think it was like 3 years ago now, maybe 4 years ago. Traveling Salesman says, hey guys, rewatch Kenny vs. Spenny. Does not hold up. I was sad to see this as I have fond memories. Traveling Salesman. Quickly, if we can get this one in here. Hey boys, just a bit of cap on the last topic. I played soccer pretty high level as a keeper. I literally fractured my left ankle trying to stop Div 1 U19 local kids. It was so scary. Total beatdown and humiliation. Let the dream go, you all. Well,
this isn't a dream. It was
reality.
Proposed to me. Donovan's in here right now. It was when I was filling in for Kevin. I think Donovan had it as like an in or out topic in the summer or something.
We'll talk more tomorrow. Up next, it is Lowdown Flow Tide. Right now, we'll get to a Sports 1440 update with the Duke, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Game day for the Edmonton Oilers as they welcome in the New Jersey Devils tonight to Rogers Place. Puck drop coming in just after 8 o'clock. Reports from the morning skate as Tristan Jarry set to start in goal. 11-7 lineup with Alec Regula drawing in for the injured Kasperi Kapanen. 9-8-7. Other games around the NHL, including the Habs hosting the Wild. Sharks are in Tampa Bay. Ottawa taking on the Blue Jackets from Columbus. Jets host the Blues. And the other nightcap game, Rangers finishing off their SoCal back-to-back against the Kings. In the association, 7 games, including the Raptors in Golden State against the Warriors. That one tips off at 8 o'clock. Elsewhere, Houston hosting San Antonio. Minnesota's in Utah. And Miami taking on the Sacramento Kings. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Brandon Douglas.